guys, welcome back. So I'm not sure, like I mentioned in my last video, I'm not sure how often I'll be posting these full-length videos. If you missed that reaction, it was to Gabriel Henrique. Actually, I have found out that I have been saying his name incorrectly this entire time. I've been saying his name wrong for 2 years. Apparently, his name is pronounced Gabriel Henrique, and I've been saying it like they speak Spanish in Brazil, and I know better. I know they speak Portuguese. I don't know. I think maybe it was because when I first started reacting to him, like the very first video I reacted to him, I didn't know he lived in Brazil, and I've seen the name Henrique written like that, so I thought his name was Gabriel Henrique. It's Gabriel Henrique, and I've been saying his name wrong this entire time. So I'm trying to correct myself, but if I say Gabriel instead of Gabriel, I apologize. I did not know that I had been saying his name wrong. My bad. I'm sorry. I also am going to partially blame that on being from Texas and I learned Spanish. But again, I didn't know that he was Brazilian when I first started reacting to him. But I knew like shortly after, because y'all told me, oh, he's from Brazil, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, okay. But I did not think his name would be pronounced differently. Anyway, that explanation has gone on way too long. Hi, how are you? So I know I've mentioned in my last video of him that I don't know how often I'm going to be posting these long form videos. Just to give you guys kind of a little bit of context, when I film these videos and edit them and get the translations done and everything else from start to finish, if I sat down and did it from start to finish, it would be about 3 hours. As far as how I used to do these, like I used to post videos all the time. These long form videos are going to be very few and far between. I want to stick to reacting to Gabriel because he's my boy. Okay, he's my boy. I feel really bad about how it went down with America's Got Talent. I think he was robbed. I think he was sabotaged. That sounds extreme. It sounds extreme and it sounds dramatic, but from what I've been told about his second performance, getting Mariah Carey songs, I'd imagine, is very difficult to get cleared on these shows, but technically I Want to Know What Love Is not a Mariah Carey song, it's Foreigner. So I think it might have been a little easier to get around, even if he slowed it down and used a very similar arrangement to Mariah Carey's. I think he would have been fine. But another musician had already sang it or was planning on singing it or something, so they told him no. Then he made the suggestion of singing Stand Up, and again they told him no. Now I don't know if that was because of licensing or anything like that, but from what I was told, the song he did sing, which I still have not watched, I want to make a reaction to it. So they suggested the song he sang, and it's a song I've never heard of by an artist I've never heard of. I don't know who he is. The song might be pretty, I don't know, but I think song choice is really important on these shows. And if you choose the wrong song, it can be detrimental to the person who's in the competition. So I don't know if he made other suggestions like, well, what about this song? What about that song? I just know about those 2 songs. I Want to Know What Love Is and Stand Up. And then at some point they said, we think you should sing this. Which, whatever. But I've talked about these shows before. I have issues with them. The only thing I think that comes out of them is exposure. And maybe it's like a blessing in disguise that he didn't win, because winners of these types of shows get stuck in these weird contracts. And I've mentioned this before, that I would hate for him to be stuck in a contract, especially if it's with like Simon's company or whatever, or if he gets signed to a label and they don't give him any kind of creative control or creative freedom, and he gets stuck in this box, and maybe they have him sing songs that maybe the lyrical content he doesn't agree with. And I would just hate for him to be put in a position where he has to sing this or else. And I don't want that for him. He deserves better. So I think I've talked long enough, but I wanted to do a reaction to his cover of Believe by Cher. And I'm curious of two things. I can't picture him singing this in the original arrangement where it's all, do you believe in love? Like, I can't see him singing like that. And because this song in the original arrangement has that auto tune, that robotic noise that Cher does in that, I don't think he's going to use that arrangement. That'd be really weird to me, at least to my ears, hearing Gabriel put some weird auto tune mess on a song when his voice is perfectly fine on its own. So I'm curious. The second thing I'm curious about is if he's going to do the Adam Lambert version from American Idol where he slowed it down and made it like a ballad. I apologize for my hair. It rained again. I don't know why it is that these last two videos I've made were after it rained, but my hair is like a big frizzy mess. Anyway, I'm curious if he's going to slow it down and do the Adam Lambert version that Adam Lambert did on American Idol. I think that would be more appropriate for Gabriel. But anyway, I'm sitting almost at 9 minutes and I have not hit play. I think, from looking at it, I think he did this while he was still in Texas. That looks like his cousin's house, because I recognize those big windows from some of the shorts that were posted. So I'm going to stop talking. So I need to hit the button so I can get this video recorded and then hopefully get it edited and everything. And I'm not sure when it will go live, but I will do my best to get it out as soon as possible. So anyway, here we go.
No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through.
Yay.
There's no talking to you. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. Do you believe in life after love?
Real quick, I love when he transitions from his like chest voice to his head voice in that pretty falsetto. So, do you believe in life? I think it's so pretty.
I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think we're strong enough. Do you believe in life after love?
Ooh, that projection.
I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think we're strong enough. Oh, what am I supposed to do? See on the way for you when I can't do that, and there's no turning back. It takes time to move on. It takes love to feel strong. And I've had time to think this through. And baby, so I'm good for you. Do you believe in life after love?
I like that.
I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think it's strong enough. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think it's strong enough.
The hand reaching and the like, he did this like swoop thing earlier with his arm. I've said it before in other videos, and I know it looks a little goofy, like people like moving their arms and doing all this stuff and making it look dramatic and stuff, but sometimes that helps hit certain notes, or like how he's trying to project. He's like, whoa! He's doing this thing with his arm. That it sounds silly, but it helps. It helps singers. Okay? So just throwing that out there.
And I know that I'll get through this, 'cause I know that I'm strong, yeah. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore.
then serious face. I was wondering if there was going to be a whistle. Honestly, I thought he was going to do the whistle and the word believe, like, do you believe, and then whistle. I'm not going to try because I can't do that. I can go pretty high in my falsetto, but I can't do the whistle. But I like how he started off in like his chest voice, then a belt, and then he slid up into a whistle on the word enough. Like, that word enough got every single thing that he can do vocally, and it was just perfection, and I just loved it so much. Oh, sir. But that one thing he did, what was it? The second chorus, the way he decided to sing that first part, the do you believe in life after love?
Do you believe in life after love?
I love that. I don't know why. I love those little, like, those step up things and then a run down. It just sounds, I love that. I love all these little things he decides to do with the song. And maybe some of it is from Adam Lambert's arrangement, like when he sang it. I haven't heard it in a long time. I just know that Adam Lambert slowed it down on Idol, and it sounded lovely. But I love that. Love that. Love that so much. I see that it was posted on September 26th, and he got voted off on the 21st. So I don't know if he recorded this before the semifinals or if he recorded this after getting voted off, which I voted like crazy, you guys, during actual voting and during that 5-minute save time. 5 minutes, that's stupid. I need to talk to somebody at America's Got Talent. That was ridiculous. They need to rework the save system just a little bit, because 5 minutes to try and save someone is, no, that's not enough time, in my humble opinion, that nobody asked for. I would be curious to know if he decided to record this song after getting voted off, or if he had this song already done. Either way, I think it's a good song. It's a good song. If he made it to the finals, this would have been a really good song to sing. I just think it would be. I know I said in my previous video that for the finals, he could have sang I Didn't Know My Own Strength by Whitney Houston, but this would have been good too. But I think I'm going to end this video here because I have some stuff that I got to do. It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm going to try and make some of these videos a little more often than, every 6 months. Hopefully I can make at least a video or two every couple of weeks. But like I said earlier in this video and other videos, that from start to finish, if I collected all the time I take to make these videos, do the translations, artwork, tags, and all this other stuff, it's like 3 hours. Also, depending on how long the video is. Like right now, I'm sitting at 19 minutes and 45 seconds before editing. So I've got a lot of talking to get through when I do edit and do my translations and whatnot. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to end this video here. So thanks for watching. If you like these kinds of videos where I react to things, then please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I have new videos coming out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!